Assalamu alaikum, everyone. My name is Mohammed Mutahib, and we're officially commencing tonight's data science career session. I have Miss Hamna alongside me, who's also our program coordinator. She just joined, and she's new. Over here, she'll be introducing herself as well. So, those of you who know me, I am Mohammed Mutahib. But those of you who are new, I'm just a student of sixth semester, currently pursuing my bachelor's in software engineering from International Islamic University. The chat is for you guys. You can say your salams, ask any questions. Just please make sure to raise your hands when you speak, right? And those of you who know about ETL, very good. But those of you who are new, Empowerment Through Learning is a non-profit online organization that is aiming to build a tech community for Pakistan's youth. We aim to build the next tech hub for Pakistan, bridging the gap between industry and academia, as you can see on our screen as well. Our vision and mission are about building a collaborative learning experience for all the students of Pakistan, no matter where you are in Pakistan. As long as you're interested in tech, you can join ETL Online to learn more about us. कुछ हमारे initiatives हैं, mainly community portal that we so fondly refer to time and time again. लेकिन इसके अलावा we have F5P support, that means final year project support, जहाँ पे industry mentors and professionals support you and guide you and advise you to build that next tech startup or to start that entrepreneurial internship or opportunity or build your product into a SaaS product, right? Next up, we have iRise, which is our internship program, जहाँ पे हम students को, internees को, जो हमारे new hirings हैं, we want them to work on real life projects, and of course it's paid, right? Who goes for who go interns for unpaid internships, right? But next up, we have mentorship sessions. Like I mentioned, हमारे पास 40 to 45 plus internationally experienced mentors हैं, who mentor our ambassadors and students who are really active in our community. Career help, again, is for career guidance, resume building. You have your next interview that you have to prepare for. Join our community and we'll help you in that. OPSC, that stands for Open Source Project Contributions, right? So open source project contributions are about open source softwares, something like TensorFlow, Python. Python is an open source programming language, right? इसके अलावा Linux is an operating system that is open source. So we have at ETL Online have our own open source project called Spark, and we'll very soon launch it, inshallah. To wrap it up, हमारे कुछ social links हैं, LinkedIn, of course. Then we have our YouTube channel जहाँ पे सारे sessions recorded होते हैं, just like this one, and they are available for you to watch anywhere, wherever you have an internet connection. इसके अलावा we have our Facebook and our Instagram account, and just recently we have started sharing our reels on Instagram as well. Go check that out as well. Next up, we have our website QR code. Our website is simple, etlonline.org. Really, that's just it. You can view it and you can look into our mentors, into my profile. You can know about ETL more. To cut it short and to officially start our session, I would like Ms. Samna to introduce our speaker for tonight.
Yes, Assalamu alaikum everyone. My name is Hamza Jabeen, and thank you so much, Mutahibe, for introducing ETL to everyone. So let's move on and talk about tonight's session. Tonight's session is all about one of the most in-demand and impactful fields in the tech world today, data science. We are incredibly honored to have with us Dr. Salochina Oad, a data science consultant and the founder of TechFlow Hub. She specializes in predictive analytics, artificial intelligence, machine learning, and cloud-based solutions, helping organizations turn raw data into real business impact. With deep expertise in ML loops and scalable data systems, she is passionate about building intelligent solutions that drive growth and I'm so sorry, my internet lagged off. Sorry. Yes, so with deep expertise in ML OOPs and scalable data systems, she's passionate about building intelligent solutions that drive growth and efficiency. So, whether you're just starting out or simply curious about stepping into the world of tech, Tonight might be the spark that sets your data journey in motion. So, everyone, please get ready to take notes, ask questions, and learn how data science can truly become your superpower. Over to you, ma'am. Please take over the session and tell us all about data science. Ma'am, you can present your screen now.
Yes, thank you so much, Hamnan Mutahir. And it's honored to be as a part of the ETL. So today I'm going to share with everyone that how I jumped into the data science. So I hope everybody can see the screen. Please confirm that you can see it.
Yes, ma'am, we can. Thank.
Oh, okay, that's good. So starting with just like when everybody talks about the data science, so what exactly the data science is and how we can jump into the being a data science. So there are multiple pathways that either you are going to select the data science or what kind of data analytics or might be machine learning engineer, the data engineer. So today I will be walking you through that what is the best way you can be a successful data scientist or the analytics. My name is Salochina Oad, and I have a PhD is in business management. So, agenda of this presentation would be that we will be starting with my brief introduction, that my educational background and the experience I have, then how I explored the data science. Then I will be discussing a little bit about the data science and the differences and the key use cases I did. And then, what are the key steps we need to become a data scientist that we need to consider? Either we have degrees, we have diplomas, we have certification, but there are other steps as well that we need to do that the demand industry is demanding. And in the end, I will be giving my experience to nail the interview. That what are the key points that we have to consider while going through the interviews. So starting with my introduction is that I have a PhD from University of International Business and Economics. I went to China and I was blessed that I got a scholarship. I went over there. I was there for 4 years and completed my PhD on dissertation that was a diversity management. So that was the key takeaway, and I learned a lot during that PhD program. So I would say that PhD program was the main component that changed my mindset from academia to data science. Then I have master's in population sciences that is from Karachi University, and definitely I'm proud to be a Qaidian. So I did MBA from Qaid Azam University as well. In my professional experience, I'm a founder and a data science in a tech flow hub in US. And along with that, I have worked as a data scientist in US Express. Apart from my data science experience in the industry, I am a volunteer with the athletics. So I work as a head of the voluntary management. And in that one, the athletics is actually that they work on the real projects. That is either there is a water cleaning, either there is a community service, either it is kind of a fire protection or kind of community services. So I'm engaged since 2019. And along with that one assistant professor, I have performed duties in Sindh Madrasa Islam University, Karachi. So this is kind of a brief introduction that what I am, what I did, and how I changed my mind to become a data science. So now question comes that how I become a data scientist or somebody who wants to become a data scientist, I would say data analytics or data engineer or machine learning engineer. So everything is mixed up because if we see the industry, there are crazy things going on. But when I was switching at the time, when I was teacher in a university working as assistant professor, so I was teaching the subject that was big data analytics. So when you teach big data and after that you are from the research background, then definitely you are facing kind of terms machine learning. You are listening about data science, you are listening about big data analytics and what tools you're using. So when that topic I was studying, and that made me to think about the data science. And for that one, I thought, okay, let me go through that. What are the key concept that data science is? And I went through exploring the topic that what it is. And here, the data science requires that you should have key skills. That is, you should have a computer science because you should know the basics of HTML or how the computer, just like binary data, it's working on. So basic skills you need that we use in offices and all that. But along with that one, it's mixture of the mathematics and stats. And along with that, you should be knowing about the business knowledge, that how the business are operating, either they are internationally, locally, how the networking happening, or how the strategies are changed, what are the key parameters to change, or what are the KPI. Based on that one, the business are going to change their policies, either they are going to do layoffs or kind of. So everything is covered in that kind of information the word data science is. Few people, they get confused, that they think just like machine learning and the data science is similar. But here the point is that when we go for data science includes everything, that is mathematics, that is stats, and that is kind of business knowledge. So for example, I have a data that is a small, for example, I say 3000 rows I have in the data. So it's not necessary that I run a machine learning technical model. I can go to smaller data with the mean and standard deviation because I need some kind of a use case, the question I need, the problem solving question, a component, I have to solve that one. But in case the company want to use, it's kind of a, we want to automate the model, they want to have prediction continuously. For that one, you are going to use the machine learning model. So point comes that when I was thinking about that, so data science, I went through exploring what the data science is. The next step I did that, what kind of the problem we solve actually in the data science. So data science has machine learning is the main component that we dig into. In machine learning, we have two types of the learning, that is kind of supervised learning and unsupervised learning. In supervised learning, we have the data set that is a labeled one. And in an unsupervised learning, we have data set that is kind of unlabeled. It does not have a target feature. So I would say the data set is simply kind of Excel sheet. And in the Excel sheet, we have different columns and rows, and we want to predict something, the target feature, we call that one. So if I take the example of classification, so in supervised learning, we have two categories. One is a classification, the other one is the regression. In the classification, the target feature is that is kind of a binary. So we want to see, for example, either the this kind of the data, either it is apple or orange, if I say. So the target feature would be just like mentioned over there, that what kind of the next category would be, and we have to run the model and get the prediction of that one. So if we have a regression problem, then there would be kind of a target feature would be, it would be in a continuous form. And in that one, we are going to use this kind of a statistical equation to identify the slope and intercept. And the main reason is that we want to see there should be less error. So with the comparing with the target feature and the predicted feature. So I will regression would be if I take the example of, we want to predict the prices of house. For example, there is one house and it has 3 rooms, and there is a house that has 2 rooms, and I want to see that in future the price would be, how much the price would be. And for that one, looking at the previous data sheet, the Excel sheet, we are adding that one. Based on that one, we are going to run the linear regression model, and we are going to predict the actual price is this much, and this is the prediction we got. If the prediction is less or more to the actual value, that means we got error. If we got more or equal, that means there is a higher or smaller level of error. So that is kind of MSE we have to reduce to get the better prediction. Then the other use case in the unsupervised learning is that when we are using the data and it does not have labels. So for example, if I say there are kind of multiple columns and I don't know what to predict and how to give the shape to this data. So for that, when we use a clustering technique, and in that one we just run a model that, just like mostly we use k-means. It is used to see the similarity of the data points, and it is going to group the data points. Either I want three clusters or two or three or five. So we are going to run that one machine learning model and get the prediction. Okay, this is the kind of the data, and it is going to be kind of a binary. Again, the same shape we are going to give, create a column and create a cluster based on that information. The fourth one is kind of mainly most of the people they are using, that is textual data. So because if we see everybody is using that is large language models, or we say chat GPT, everybody is using. So that is kind of the unstructured data as well. So for that one, when we have such kind of a data, then we are going to put into the model and see. So we can predict that either this is kind of the customer is happy or not. Mostly when this is used when we are buying any online products and we get a survey, okay, are you happy or not? Because this kind of recommendation system, because if the company, they know the customers are not happy, they are going to make the changes in the product either, or might be they are going to make changes in the strategy to make a marketing, or locate that where we are getting the issue in the price promotion or making the publicity. So this is kind of a data sets we have in machine learning. So when I went through the procedure, so I explored the data science and what are the problem statements that you see in the machine learning, or we say in the data science. So I went through that one. And then the next step I did that self-assessment, that am I ready to become a data scientist? Because I'm purely from academia. Might be you guys are from, might be engineering, or might be from somebody's medical. Because in US, just like when we see the data scientists, everybody's coming from different domain, and they have kind of in the mindset that we have to, because the IT has too much exposure and the scope as well. So in my case, I had to see, okay, what are the key points I need to consider before becoming a data scientist. So first was that I saw that, do I have the technical foundation? That means because when you are researching, PhDs, they don't use programming languages. They mostly use SPSS, might be R, might be kind of a Stata, MS. We use those kind of softwares just like to predict the model. We are using the same models, but we have the model that we don't have a programming. So first thing was that I am good to learn the Python, R, and SQL. So this was my point, that and I started with the Python and R at first, but then looking at the trend and looking at the job description, what language is most required, I stick with the Python. So right now I am a Python person. I don't remember at all R. Then am I good to understand the data structures and the machine learning model? So here's the second thing, just like when I am going, because machine learning, you cannot apply, okay, this is the machine learning, but you have to see the data. This is small data. I have to use, as I discussed before, that in data science, we have different kind of data natures, and you have to understand, talk to the data, and after according to that one, either you are going to use machine learning model or simply stats. kind of a mean, standard deviation, might be Monte Carlo simulation, whatever, just like comes in. So you have to apply those techniques, but based on the data, knowing the data. So it's kind of garbage in, garbage out if you don't apply proper technique on the data set. The third one is kind of, can I manipulate the data set? Those are in the large quantity, because sometimes if it's easy, looks when we are working, when we are learning, there is a small Excel sheet. But when you are going into the industry, they would be having a lot of databases, and based on that one, you are going to extract the data and manipulate the data. So this is one point. The second thing was mathematical and statistical. For that one, I think I was good because I had that kind of a background, probability, algebra, and its sets. We have, I think everybody has that kind of a base. But only thing is, just like you have to go up with the probability, that is the main thing required when you have a small kind of a data sets, or the company has small resources. So you have to apply that one. The second step, point in the mathematical and stats skill is, can I interpret the data? So those, once you are done with that one, then the third point is that I wanted to see that I am good in problem solving, analytical thinking. So when there is a use case, as I mentioned, 4 use cases. So we were predicting fruits, we were predicting kind of house prices. So these were problem statements. But companies, when they give you a problem statement, they would ask you, okay, what kind of a problem you are going to solve? Do you think what is the best option? Because that other company is using already time series analysis on this data. What are your approaches? So here comes that what is the best, because the company might have partnership with the other company, and those are kind of, and they are in the competition. So in that way, that you have to think, okay, I do have a problem solving skill at that stage, that I can give them a better ROI. So rate of return is main point that the companies they consider when they are going to hire you, or they see your skills. The second point in this problem solving, analytical thinking is, can you break the information that company is giving you and make a story and solve in a proper way? Because story making is the second point that we are going to face when we are going to deal with the stakeholders who are not technical. So for them, you have to create the story. You are taking the data, you are running the model, and when you are predicting, so you're not going to tell the technical, this is my MSC, or kind of this is accuracy, but you have to tell, okay, this is kind of the actual price, and this is kind of the prediction of the price, and this much is the difference in between. So now the company is going to decide either we can go for this model or not. The third point in that one, just like the data, whatever we are using, can I use it for the better decision making? So here point comes that if I am using a time series model, and for that one, the company is giving me, okay, Salochina, you have to predict the 1 week orders for having a kind of from different customer, different region and metros. So here, either I am going to give them a time series analysis with the having an application with that one, or simply I can just give them a model so that they can give and utilize to give to somebody else to have a applied version and have a benefited. So kind of you are giving something, but is it helpful to make a decision for the company or not? Then comes that curiosity and the business acumen. So if you are not in the business, you don't know about the business, that you need to be familiar with that one, that how businesses operate, what are the key functions, how the hierarchy works, and then what are the right questions I need to ask. Am I confident enough to us discuss whatever I have in my mind? I would say when I was in student life, I would say, because we have something just like we are told, okay, you have to think before asking. But if you think all the time, then sometimes the main points you lose sometimes. So you have to think, okay, can I ask? Even I was like in the start, I was very shy. I was not asking. But with the passage of time, okay, it's okay. I'm going to make a mistake, and this is my company. If they know me, they hired me, they should be respecting my questions, either it's right or wrong. So it is going to help you. Either I'm, instead of starting a model that is going wrong way and it is taking time, it should be better to clear on the start at the beginning. So the third point in the curiosity and the business acumen is that I should know that what industries are working with and what are the environments in the industries. So I would say if I go for the healthcare industry, they would have different kind of software, the tools they have, the management styles they would be having. If I go the retail industry, they have different tools. So whatever the tools I am doing at the business, whatever the key points they are considering while hiring, these things I should be knowing when I am doing. The last point is, sorry, communication skill is the main key point. So here comes that, as I discussed, that when we are going to train a model or predicting a model at the time, the communicating with the stakeholder, if they are not understanding your field, they should be understanding, they should be confident with your results, because these are the only people, those are going to tell to the director, okay, this is the prediction, we are happy with that one and we are going to proceed and put into the deployment. The second point is the storytelling. Definitely, when I have a prediction and I have to visualize the Power BI and show in the bar graph or charts, not the visualizers like programming language, but I have to show in the Power BI or might be the Tableau, any kind of software that you think you have a visualization techniques, just go for that one and communicate in a proper way. And last point is that open to the feedback. So if you think something negative is coming, take it as positively to grow more, because it is going to help you different perspectives, make you strong, and iterate accordingly. So these are the key points when I was thinking that do I have to jump into the data science. So once I had these one and I was thinking just like, I think I will be good, because only thing I was at that time, I was thinking I need programming language, or I have to understand the machine learning model, because when we are in the research, we don't have machine learning kind of algorithm, we say. In data science, there is a different layer with concept, so you have to grip that one. So these were the two things I considered to grip on. So for that one, I was ready to, I have start learning these things. So for that one, what I did, so here are the main points that I consider. So first was the professional development. And in that one, you can, if you are starting the same as I did certifications. So what certification I did when I was in the start, that was I did Microsoft Azure certification data science, that is associate data science certification. I did that one. I joined that Udemy bootcamp as well to get kind of more exposure to the data science flow, because few courses and certification you don't get SQL information. For that one, definitely you need short courses. So I did that one as well. Along with that, if I had to go with the data, and for that one, I did kind of Snowflake certification as well. So these were kind of basic certification. Here, why I'm saying just like these certification help, because the recognized certification, Microsoft Azure, I say Databricks, Snowflake, or Google Cloud. So cloud services are demanded everywhere. Even we are going for Udemy and all that, they would see your skills, but certification, they see, okay, this is an authentic certification, we should go for that one. And once I was done with this certification, what I did, I went for the networking as well. because I have in my plate certification, my skills are there, but nobody knows about my skill, and how the people would be knowing about my skill. That was a networking. So here there are meetup.com website, and I joined those networks. And in that one, there were kind of a data analytics, data science groups, DBA connections, and all that. And I joined those groups and met with people, because those meetups are kind of, few people are struggling with the job, few people are senior, they want to hire the junior data scientists or data engineers, and it is kind of way of connecting different resources. So I joined that one. The third one was teamwork and collaboration. And for that one, definitely you are going to deal with that, being a data science work with the different individual, and for that one you need experience as well, how in case you are practically working, then how you are going to deal. So for that one, I joined a volunteer organization, that is athletics, and I still am working with them, but just like in the start I work on few projects with them, though those were for the community betterment. And those projects give you, actually you can add into the resume. When you are fresh student, you can just add those experience as a practical, because to my experience, these experience, most of the companies, they value your social work. So this is kind of the thing. And I just like still work with a tag association. There is also, so that is also volunteer organization. If there is any project, I still go for that one. So it's just like you have to be open, not just sticking with this, like I have to do a degree and I'm going to get a job. No, we are not going to get a job, because there are so many layoffs. There is too much competition. If you have a degree, everybody has a degree, but what extra thing you have to consider that point in your mind. Okay, so after that one, once you have that one, now point, but there is a stage that you have to showcase that how you can show yourself to the public. So for that one, what I did, I took the data set from Kaggle website, and there are online just like sources. You get the data set and practice on those data sources based on whatever the interest is. Either you want to go into NLP, either you want to go simple classification, regression, or kind of unsupervised data set. So whatever the interest you have to practice on. But the condition is, once you do the practice, keep those projects on your GitHub, or join the Kaggle, work on the Tableau visualization tool, and just like make a publicity of those projects on LinkedIn. And when you are kind of in the LinkedIn, try to connect to the company managers or the leads of the data science. What happens when there's a time of kind of a job, you're ready for a job, these are the people you can have connection, and they might help you to kind of recommend to somebody, or might be they're going to help you to. When I was doing, so what I did, I created a GitHub, then I had a LinkedIn already, but just like when I had to apply, so I went through the athletics, but main thing was I was asking, requesting to the manager and requesting for 15 minutes virtual chat. So knowing that how the culture environment of the company is, should I apply not, or is there any reference, or what do you recommend? So these kind of question will help you to in that small call, even though many people avoid these kind of a connection request, but I would say out of 100 might be 10 or 5 people reply you. So it's kind of a continuous process when we go. And along with that one, you have to show the same presence on the medium. So it's kind of write a short blog and just create that account on the medium, and along with that one you can share that same blog on the LinkedIn or on the GitHub. So these are kind of the portfolio, those are going to show you your presence online, that this individual has key skills, that is so much confident, even this individual not speaking, but his work is telling to somebody. So it is kind of one another, just like a skill along with your degree. The third point is just like try to create your portfolio, simple website. If not, just create a blog. that I discussed already, that in the medium.com, just go for that one, create your free account and create a blog, share on the LinkedIn. So tell people that you are there on that platform, so that if the opportunity comes, they are going to recommend you. Once you are ready with these things, then the last point comes, that craft a strong resume. When we are going for the resume, so what happens that we don't mention the social media. No, I would say when we are going to create a resume, it should be strong in the sense you have to create a hyperlink of the LinkedIn. Show, just like I have, so I do the Google Scholar, I do GitHub, as still I do the GitHub, because there are many people they don't know, even you are going applying for the new company or new job. So for that one, you have to show the previous background you have to create a hyperlink of LinkedIn, might be GitHub, I do the Google Scholar. So just add into that one, so it will be, when they're going to click on your work, it would be a portfolio that is going to tell that, okay, you did on work on that project and we are working on this project. Might be we are going to consider at least first screening of the interview. So this is, I'm telling you, just like what I did when I was going through this kind of a phase. So once we are done with this one, the next thing is just like how to land to the data science job. So here, what we do when we are going to apply for any job, we do not know. I get hundreds of emails daily, and recruiters, what they do, they send me the job description of in data engineer, this is availability. That means the person who is hiring, that person does not know what is the difference between data engineer, data scientist, data analytics. That person does not know, and I'm getting an email. So when you are applying for that one, read the job description. When we have a job description, use the keywords. Keywords are the important in the job description, because in the every company there is a ATS. Within an hour, I think within 30 minutes, there are 100 of email resumes. So how your resume is going to filter? It is the keywords in the resume. When you're using that one, trying to connect with the actual people who are in the HR and looking at the job. So try to, what is my exact area? Either I have to go into health industry, either I have to go retail, I have to go logistic, whatever the industry you want. But looking at the job description and see who are the employers. And as I mentioned, it's not just like if you're not prepared for the job, try to connect with especially managers. Managers are the leads of the team, so that these are going to be your resources to when you're prepared, and you can connect them and request for referral, because most of the company, they want the referrals. And when you're applying and you are requesting referral, nobody's going to give you. So people are going to say, so you are kind of investing your time and doing that one, so that this investment is going to help me in future. So once you identify the target employers, just connect with the professionals. As I mentioned, this like managers, directors, leads, connect with them, have a virtual meeting. So 15 minutes is enough, just have a virtual request. And if you are getting experience, so that person will remember you when you're applying for a job, when you are posting your kind of a blog or any kind of machine learning model that you are applying on that platform, just like they are going to see your work. So the last point is the community engagement. Try to be engaged in the community. One question, if I ask, how many of you are engaged in the community while studying? How many of you are engaged, and what kind of the work you do over there? I'll appreciate if you can discuss. It's open, because it's like there is nothing hard and fast. I'm sharing my experience. You are open to share if you want. Obaidullah, can you share your experience, please? You can unmute yourself.
Yes, I would like anyone who wants to share their experience to please unmute your mic and have a one-on-one with Ma'am Salochina. That would be great. Okay, so Vaibhav is saying that his mic is not working properly. So he's saying that he's the ambassador of our community empowerment through learning. That is how he
Mhm.
is related with the community.
Mhm. So that's a good to know, because just like when you are going for community, try to go for whatever the field you are taking. If you are, I would say, just like here, the high school students, they all are standing in Walmart. That is a retail store. They're standing. And my question would be, how you are going to land a job? And they would say, we don't know, because the Walmart is standing and selling a product. You are not going to get the job into kind of IT department. You need to go through some kind of organization that is going to help you to connect to that channel, that is going to help you to have a project added to your resume. So use that kind of, even this is good, but how you are going to add a project on your resume because you don't have a data science project in it. So that is kind of, either you are adding that project into resume or you are making a connection, that is connection is going to land to a job. That would be a plus point. So try to think in that way, that you are doing investment of time that you need when you are going to land a job. So this is kind of a simple, just like we say, invest on a property, it is going to increase your money. So here you are investing your time. When you're ready for a job, it is going to help you. So yeah, so after this one, I would say that when we are ready for following above all steps, now I'm ready to go for the interview. I applied for a job, and looking at the resume I use in the resume, most of the time what happens, people see the job description, and what they do, okay, sorry, I'm going, I forgot that I have to speak in Urdu as well. I'm so sorry. So um, what happens that if you are seeing a job description देखते हैं, तो क्या होता है कि उस job description में ये नहीं देखते हैं कि keywords क्या लिखे हुए हैं, क्या requirements हैं, कौन सी technology and tools लिखे हुए हैं. जब मैंने resume बनाना है तो मुझे वही keywords use करने हैं, मुझे वही tools use करने हैं जो required हैं. इससे क्या होगा कि जब मैंने वो कीवर्ड्स यूज किए रेज्यूमे में, तो आपका जो फिल्टर एटीएस सिस्टम वहां रन हो रहा है ना, आपका उसमें गार्बेज में नहीं जाएगा, आपका थोड़ा ऊपर चला जाएगा. एटलीस्ट आपका एचआर जो है उसमें आपका आउट माइट बी 100 या 20 जो सिलेक्ट करते हैं थ्रेश होल्ड रखा हो, उसी में आपका वो रेज्यूमे आ जाएगा, और माइट भी आप लोग पहला स्क्रीनिंग कॉल ले लें. तो जब भी रेज्यूमे बनाया तो वो चीज़ है. अब आपका अगर कॉल आ गई, तो मुझे प्रिपेयर होना है, तो मुझे क्या चीज़ें माइंड में रखनी है, दैट इज बी योरसेल्फ. कॉन्फिडेंस इज द की. हियर आई वुड से कि मैं कल ट्रैवल कर रही थी, तो देयर वाज अ लेडी फ्रॉम न्यूयॉर्क. तो हम पाकिस्तान में हम क्या सीखते हैं कि सॉरी करना, थैंक्स करना, मैजिक वर्ड्स हैं बोलना. तो उसने कहा कि सॉरी ना बोलो. मैंने कहा क्यों? दैट शी सेड, हम न्यूयॉर्क में कहते हैं कि जिस बंदे को ज्यादा सॉरी बोलता है डज नॉट हैव अ कॉन्फिडेंस, लैकिंग अ कॉन्फिडेंस. तो चीजें होती है कि आपको वो चीजें भी सोचनी होती हैं कि जब मैं बात कर रहा हूँ तो मुझे किस हिसाब से, क्योंकि हर कोई इतना काइंड नहीं होता है, हर कोई अपना बिजनेस माइंड है, देन यू हैव टू थिंक दीज थिंग्स एज वेल. सो आपका कॉन्फिडेंस होना चाहिए जब भी आप बात करते हैं, क्योंकि हर एक का अपना डिफरेंट पर्सपेक्टिव है. टेक अकॉर्डिंगली. द सेकंड पॉइंट है कि आप जब भी अप्लाई करते हैं रेज्यूमे के लिए या जॉब के लिए अप्लाई करते हैं, आपको पता होना चाहिए कि मैंने क्या लिखा है और मेरे पास क्या क्वेश्चंस आने वाले हैं. क्रॉस क्वेश्चन भी क्या हो सकते हैं, मुझे उन क्वेश्चन के लिए प्रिपेयर होना है. हो सकता है वो मुझे केस स्टडी उसी के बारे में दे दें, और वो कहें कि भाई आपने ये चीज़ की है, चलो हमें बताओ कि ये वाला यूज़ केस है, हम लोग इस पे काम कर रहे हैं, तो मुझे कैसे हेल्प करोगे. तो आपको आउट ऑफ द बॉक्स जाके वो उसी स्क्रीनिंग में या फिर सेकंड फर्स्ट इंटरव्यू में आपने बताना है. तो क्या आप उस चीज़ के लिए रेडी हैं कि नहीं है. मैं जब इंटरव्यू पहला दे रही थी, तो मुझे याद है कि मैं 4 इंटरव्यूज में गई थी। पहला इंटरव्यू एचआर के साथ हुआ था। एचआर को नहीं पता होता आईटी का, दे विल सी जस्ट रिक्वायरमेंट एंड दे विल टेक टू द मैनेजर। मैनेजर ने मेरे साथ बात की एंड ही सेड ओके यू आर गुड, ओके व्हाट you did, and he went through the whole resume thing, and after that he said okay, you can move forward for the next question. Obedullah, do you have any question, because I see your raised hand?
Yes, ma'am. He did ask a question, and we'll move on
Hmm.
to Abdul Rahman's question as well at the end. But first, Ubaidullah. So he's saying that there are a lot of things included in job description, which most of us not know, even if we are working in that field. So what to do in that case?
It is the simple case, just like now it is too much demanding. So that's why I say know that what you have and apply for that job. You are just like nobody is master of none. Just everything is nothing, just like you are going to be a master. But the thing is, whatever they require, and they even you are going for the first interview and they are going to drop you from there. So we it is just like we say, okay, we should apply for that job, but this is happening if they want more. So I would say one of the job, just like my company, when I was going there, so they asked me for Microsoft Azure, they asked me for SageMaker as well. But when I was appointed, they had no SageMaker, they had no Microsoft. Yeah, they said, okay, we are going to, but they were using data robot. And for that one, I was given a training how to run the data robot. So it is kind of, sometimes we say there's a lack, but sometimes looking at the ATS is going to drop your resume. You will not get any call. So it's just like that was my time was just like 5 years back. But now just like it is too much competition. So you have to think, okay, this is the things I have, and I'm 100% sure that I will get the interview. Just apply, try to apply, target those companies that is going to help you. I hope this helps. Who is the next?
Yes, ma'am. Abdul Rahman was asking for कि AI का data science में क्या role है? Like how is artificial intelligence affecting AI? And then I see Sir Kash's hand raised as well. So Kashish, you can unmute your mic.
Thank you. I just wanted to add one more tip. What she was saying is with the ATS one, I just heard someone got denied on ATS automatically because he put his city name, which was like 20 minutes drive. For example, अगर जैसे आप कराची में रहते हैं, right? And then you just put like Bharia town, right? So the ATS automatically actually declined the application. It happened right here in the US. Someone was in Denver. Job was in Denver, right? It's a major city in Colorado. And then uska jo city tha na, it was 20 minutes drive. He put that city name there. So what happened? The person qualified for the job and everything, but ATS automatically rejected, saying, "Hey, the job is based in Denver and your location is not Denver." So it got rejected. So make sure you put the major city that you are aligned with you and what's listed on the job description. Make sure your resume says that you don't get caught into the ATS issues. This is just another tip.
Yeah,
So
exactly. Excuse me. This was exactly, I was saying that when you are applying, try to see what the job requires, because ATS, this is the main thing that is going to, not all the small companies, they don't use ATS, but majority of the companies, because if you see on LinkedIn, within an hour, you will see 100 positions out there. So ATS is going to down your, even you are qualified, no doubt, but just like the system, because of that one system, the people who are qualified, they don't even get a chance of screening. So the other was just like AI. AI is used everywhere. So when we say about the data science AI, it is used mixed up, because just like when we say the artificial intelligence, that is going to be including machine learning, deep learning, and all this mixture of that one. So every company, they want to save their time, and for that one, they are going to use these kind of tools and techniques, so that they are going to even reduce the cost of the employees. That's why we see that there are so many layers, because they are going for those things in the competition with the others as well. So this is kind of important. I would say now we have a phone, right? Every year we get kind of a new model of the phone. So it's same with the AI that companies, they are using different tools. In individual that is going to have a capability for updating themselves, learning new tools all the time, having a research paper all the time. What technologies are used in that one, that individual is 100% in the market. I see my colleagues and they were getting a promotion and they said, no, I don't want to go for promotion because promotion requires more responsibility, more update. So he said, no, I do not want a promotion. Just keep me as it is. I'm good at this level. So these are the things just like AI is demanding, and it's the name of the data science is mixed up. So, but just like the main thing is just like they want to automate whole process and get the time saving and reduce the cost. So this is all about the AI. So any other question, or I should move to the next PPT point? Okay, I take your silence as it is. So after handling rejections positively, so in that one, when we are going for interview process or we are just submitting the even I had a first interview call with the HR is not a technical person. That is kind of non-technical. They even don't know that what they are asking. They just see the job description. They will ask you, and after talking to you, they are going to discuss with the hiring manager. Either I can go for this candidate for the first interview or not, and from that one, they are going to. So, in case you get rejection, do not be disappointed. Take as a feedback or learning that what would be the next step. So I wouldn't say this is kind of important thing. So always just like keep trying. The fourth point I would say, when we are going for the interview process, use the stars method. That is acceptable and used in the data science industry. So this is stars we use, that is situation, task, ask, and result. So if one I want to predict, for example, the house prices, so how I have during the interview, I described the problem statement that I had to predict in the area, the prices of the house. This was a problem, and why I was doing that was the company wanted to have more sales or having planning in accordance to the in what we say in advance, or company they wanted to increase the revenue. So this was the reason that they gave me the situation, the problem statement, and I for this one the task was that I have to predict using the time series analysis, or I had to use the regression model so that I can help the company to cover that one that issue. And for that one, finally, I came up looking at the data, and after techniques, applying techniques cleaning, then I applied the might be regression, might be XGBoost, whatever the machine learning model I use. And final result was that I got a result of the 85% confidence interval, and that helped the business to increase 20% revenue, 5% revenue. And this is kind of going to help. This also helped me to grow myself. In this project helped me to apply the other techniques as well, and how I can do better way for the in case I get other kind of the data as well. So this is kind of the method, start method, that the managers they want to know, because even though I have a technical skill, I cannot describe what I did, what was the, because when the project ends, we are going to face the managers of the other teams. Those are from might be marketing, might be finance. They don't know technical things. This star method is going to help to describe our work. So you have to describe during the interview using the stars. The last is the take note, whatever the, because few people might be lucky they got selected at the first interview, but not with everybody. So for that one, what you have to do, if you're going through the one interview, in the first interview or the second interview you got dropped, take the points. They ask you about the deployment. Okay, that means the deployment is needed in the industry. You have to get ready for the deployment and just prepare for that one. That is the additional skill you need in the job. Even they are not asking, but in the interview they ask you. That means they are. Few people say, okay, they were crazy and they just like they were asking me about the deployment. They were asking about the NLP. No, these are the things might be needed in future, and I'm working with the data science, and I have to go for the NLP or the deployment. In that scenario, when I'm in the job, then I will not have that much time to do that one. And company would have a timeline, and the project might be 1 week or 2 weeks. So if I learn that one, so if we take it as a positively, it is going to help us to do our work even we are hired after the job. So these are kind of a points that we have to go through the interview and note down everything that we have. And hopefully, if you are considering these things, those are going to make you to land the job. So once we are done with this one, then last key takeaway would be that I would say keep growing, continue, go for boot camp, read the research papers. We don't have time for research paper. We said this is not my task, but no, you have to read the research paper, try to show up. I said just like show up your presence, whatever the community. I would say I'm from academia. I'm a data scientist. I am, would say certified professional as well. But last year I went for the conference, because conferences we do as a researcher, we don't do as a data scientist. But no, when you are going to the conference, you are meeting different companies are there are different people coming to give the note as well. The talks are there. So you are among the professional, you're creating your network. So this is going to help you that what company is doing good, and might be I'm going to switch my company and go to, it is not about the reference, but it is about the awareness, what's going on in the industry. Because we are just seeing in the media is throwing everything because media is paid. They are throwing whatever this is, but what is actually going on, that is going to be your personal experience. It is going to help you. Then webinars are already, there are online webinars, there are different talks, just listen to them. These are going to help you that in case I have to do, then how I would be presenting in that one, how the scenario would be, how I'm going to be. Honestly speaking, I would say I'm Pakistani, and when I was in Karachi University, that was my scholarship. That's why I just liked in the Karachi University second masters. But when you are there, you don't have, being a female, those kind of options. We have traveling issue, we have security issues kind of, but there are options of the online things. Just go for that one, create network, try to create your blogs, try to show your presence and grow yourself. Nobody is going to help you to grow. I'm telling you 100%, nobody is going to. It's you. Computers are your friend, and just go. And there are a lot of resources. If you know somebody on LinkedIn, might be they are going to help you. I remember when I joined athletics, and those are my friends now. They help me, even just like we have any problem, if we have a project, what she's doing. So Melissa and me, just like we met, just like in athletics. So still we are kind of all the time discussing what's going on and how to do, and if we have an issue, and we are going to discuss it. The last thing is similarly, just like try to increase your network. Do not stick to just like school, colleges. It is not going to work. If you're lucky, that's a different case, but just like my experience, you have to work on those things. So I think this is all about myself and my experience. Thank you so much. I appreciate your time, and thank you so much, Muttahir and Hamna, and you all guys as well. Feel free to ask me if any question you have. And I have my LinkedIn, my GitHub is there. I'll be happy if that is going to help you. And if needed, I can share you the links. But with my name, you can find me there. And I'm open to the questions.
Thank you so much, ma'am. It was a wonderful talk that you gave us, especially the quadrillion-dollar advices that you gave us about GitHub and Cackle and to build a community. I see that you mentioned Medium as well in your presentation. I personally loved that because I too try to write on Medium as much as possible. तो चैट ये बहुत कमाल एडवाइस थी जो डॉक्टर सलोचना ने हमें दी एंड डू फॉलो इट if you want to grow in your career or build a career out of data science, or in fact, in any domain.
Yeah, this is my advice, because that is not just like I went through these everything. Whatever I did, I just used my use case. Further, you have other options, just go for that one. Do not be in the boundaries. Yes, there are a lot of problems. I know, I'm from the same culture, but you have internet and computer. That's your friend.
Bilkul, ma'am. Anyone, any questions in the chat before we move on to our concluding remarks? किसी का कोई सवाल है किसी भी चीज से related, just ask. Dr. Salochina is here to guide you. And the silence crept in. So I guess there's no questions in the chat at the moment. If you think about this, yes, Ahmed, go on.
सब कुछ क्लियर है, क्रिस्टल क्लियर है।
हेलो।
Thank you, Ahmad.
Thank you so much, Ahmed. जी हारिस, आप भी कुछ कह रहे हैं?
मेरी आवाज आ रही है?
जी जी.
हाँ भैया.
Okay, so ma'am, as you just said about growing your network, it means our digital presence, right?
Haris, आपकी
Can
आवाज
you
आ रही? Can you move your mic a little bit?
Slower?
नहीं, it is very laggy. या आप ऐसे करें, आप चैट में लिखते हुए ask on your behalf अगर इंटरनेट का इशू है.
It's fine. He can talk. He can talk. Haris, what do you say? Can you repeat it a little bit loud?
Yes, I
हाँ.
was asking, as you said about growing your networking, growing your network, so it means our digital presence, right?
Growing network is just like try to be in touch. Do not be just student life. Growing is go on LinkedIn. See that who is manager, for example, I say in Citibank, or in the data science manager. Just write on the search bar. You will find in Pakistan which city you are interested into. Just go, even not a city, just go for Islamabad, Karachi, Lahore, wherever the person is. Just connect with them. So वो आपका एक नेटवर्क हो गया, ठीक है. अब आपने क्या किया, जब उन्होंने एक्सेप्ट कर दिया, then request them for write a small note that do you have 15 minutes of chats, and I'm in the growing stage, I'm this one, and I would be happy to have a 15 minutes virtual chat, so that virtual meeting or chat, not chat, but just like virtual meeting. In this way, I will be prepared in case I have to apply for a job. It is going to help me to land a job, kind of to know the environment of the culture. So वहां पे आपने नेटवर्क कर दिया, फिर meetup.com हर जगह पे है. तो आप उसमें ऑनलाइन वहां पे भी वेबसाइट जूम लिंक है, या फिर आप कर लो इवेंट वेबराइट है, वो भी आपकी एक वेबसाइट है, वहां पे भी आपके ऑनलाइन लिंक्स होते हैं. लिंक्डइन पे आपके वेबिनार्स होते हैं. तो जब आपके ऑनलाइन भी कनेक्शन, अभी मैं बैठी हूँ ना, आप लोग के पास कितने लोग हैं, माइट बी 20-25, ये मेरा एक नेटवर्क है. आप लोग उस नेटवर्क को लिंक्डइन में अपने आप को कनेक्ट करो. कल को यू नेवर नो कि आप कल कहाँ पे जॉब करते हो, ये लेकिन ये आपका नेटवर्क बन गया. ठीक है, आपने क्या किया, लिंक्डइन में एक दूसरे को कनेक्ट कर दो. आप व्हाट्सएप पे बात करते हैं, घंटे घंटे बात करते हैं, ठीक है. किसी ने ग्रुप बना दिया, अगर आप समझते हो वो मुझे जॉब लैंड करने के, वो आपका एक नेटवर्क बन गया. फेसबुक पे आप टीचर्स को ज्वाइन करो, ठीक है, आपने वो टीचर्स डाले तो वो भी आपका एक नेटवर्क है. अगर आप उस हिसाब से सोचोगे तो आपके ये छोटे छोटे नेटवर्क बनते जा रहे हैं. फिर आप उनको कैसे अपने आप को फेसबुक पे, अगर आपने कोई ब्लॉग डाला फेसबुक पे डाल दो, बजाय ये जो सोशल मीडिया की चीजें डाल दी, आज मैं इधर गई उधर गई, मैं भी डालती हूँ, डोंट वरी. बट ये है कि यू हैव टू थिंक अकॉर्डिंग टू दैट वन, कि नेटवर्क मुझे कैसे बनाना है. तो आपने आहिस्ता आहिस्ता ग्रेजुअली थ्रू छोटे छोटे बिट्स होते हैं ना, अभी आप लोग कोई फर्स्ट सेमेस्टर में, सेकंड सेमेस्टर में, जस्ट गो फॉर दैट वन. ठीक है हारिस, समझ में आया?
I think Haris might have left because of the internet, but जो मौजूद थे, I hope उनको समझ में आया, and that was very informative, ma'am. Thank you so much. Before we close, any more questions? Anyone?
No, I'm just gradually incrementing, zeros into the dollar advice meme thing.
Okay, that is our sign to end the session. Ma'am, before we end it officially, would you like to say anything?
Yeah, definitely. I'm glad to be part of this one. And I would say thank you so much for ETL giving me this opportunity. And all of the presenters over here, whoever is here, if you want to connect with me, I'm there on LinkedIn. My GitHub is there if that is going to help you. Or if you want to have, just like I'm on social media, you can find me there. You can connect me and I'll be happy to assist you. That's all from my side. Thank you so much, guys.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Before we leave, we have 2 questions if we could answer them.
You can ask me 3 questions.
Thank you so much, ma'am. That's very sweet. There is Abdullah Faiz who is asking how to select a domain in data science career.
Ask Abdullah that what you like the most. It is just like you have to search on LinkedIn or Indeed.com. Jobs in retail industry, jobs in healthcare industry, jobs, and how many jobs you are getting there. Go for the job description, what requirements are there. This is kind of a little demo that if you have more jobs, what is the criteria, how much experience you have, that is going to help you to identify. The second is self-interest. Do you like the job? Just like what domain you like. Sometimes we don't know that what domain because we need a job, but what skills are mainly required in the job. So which domain has most of the job, just go for that one. I gave you example that कि जब मैं कर रही थी तो मैंने R और Python से स्टार्ट किया था। फिर मैंने जब लिंक्डइन पे देखा, मैंने इंडीड पे देखा कि भाई ज़्यादा जॉब्स जो हैं वो पाइथन यूज़ कर रहे हैं, तो मैं पाइथन की तरफ शिफ्ट हो गई। इसी तरह मैंने जब सर्टिफ़िकेशन की तो मैंने क्या किया कि बूट कैंप्स तो हैं, बट मैंने क्या किया कि मुझे कौन-सा सर्टिफ़िकेशन होगा जो मुझे मार्केट में ला सकता है जल्दी से। दैट वाज़ अज़ूर क्लाउड एसोसिएट डेटा साइंस सर्टिफ़िकेशन में मैंने उसको जंप किया। तो सिमिलरली आपको वो चीज़ें देखनी है कि पहले तो जॉब डिस्क्रिप्शंस में क्या रिक्वायर्ड है, कौन से डोमेन में कौन से स्किल्स हैं जो मैं जल्दी से कर सकता हूँ। तो वो चीज़ें आपको उन चीज़ों को जिसको कहते हैं होमवर्क, हम लोग क्या करते हैं पहले ही डिसाइड कर लेते हैं कि मुझे इसमें जाना है, बट मुझे पहले होमवर्क करना है। उसके बाद डिसाइड करना है कि क्या है। यहाँ पे यूएस में आपकी मोस्टली स्टूडेंट्स मास्टर्स नहीं होते हैं। पाकिस्तान के हाईली क्वालिफाइड लोग होते हैं, उनके पास मास्टर्स भी होता है, पीएचडी भी होता है। यहाँ पे होता है कि हाई स्कूल आपका 12 तक है, उसके बाद आपको खुद पे करना है और अगर आपके अच्छा जीपीए है तो फिर आपको स्कॉलरशिप में मिलती है। तो लोग क्या करते हैं कि ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा उन्होंने हाई स्कूल किया और उसके बाद वो क्या करते हैं कि ज़्यादा लोग उसमें नहीं होते हैं। तो जब भी हम लोग जहाँ पे सिलेक्ट करते हैं तो ये वाली चीज़ें देखते हैं कि भाई कितनी कॉस्ट आएगी, कितना टाइम आएगा और मैं कितना जल्दी जॉब को लैंड कर पाऊँगा। तो जब भी मुझे कोई डोमेन भी वही क्राइटेरिया वहीं पे भी अप्लाई होता है कि आपने होमवर्क करना है कि क्या चीज़ें मेरे पास हैं, मेरे रिसोर्सेज में हैं, उसके बाद ही मुझे उस चीज़ को करना है। अप्लाई आप जहाँ पे भी कर सकते हो, बट आपको स्किल्स को देखना है कि मेरे पास क्या प्लेट में है।
Yes, thank you so much, ma'am. We are running a little late. We are, I think, 15 minutes ऊपर हो गए हैं। अगर किसी और का कोई क्वेश्चन है तो we have dropped Miss Ma'am's LinkedIn in the chats. तो आप वहाँ पर मैम से if she's okay with it, please direct connect कर लें।
Mhm.
And
we
in the
conclude
second
this.
case, we have our community portal. Sir,
Yes, of course. I
Mustafa.
get that.
We'll have to ask that question on the community portal because we're concluding. Thank you so much for your time, Doctor.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much,
Bye all.
ma'am, for such an insightful and empowering session. And to everyone who joined us this evening, thank you for being here, for your energy and curiosity. And we hope that this session sparked new ideas and inspired you to take action and give you a clearer direction on your tech journey. But stay tuned because this is just the beginning and ETL has many more exciting sessions for you. So आप में से जिसने अभी तक ETL को नहीं follow किया हुआ on our website and our different socials, please do it. Stay connected with us and keep yourself updated. And until next time, keep learning and keep building yourself. We'll end the session over here. Thank you, everyone.